Hello and welcome to a quick tutorial about pure and impure substances. A pure substance contains just one element or compound, and an impure substance contains more than one element or compound. So let's have a quick look at what we mean by the words element and compound. So if we look here, we've got the descriptions, we've got the name, and we've got a little diagram to show you what each one would look like. So if we take atom first of all, an atom actually makes up everything in the whole universe is made of atoms. There's the smallest amount of a substance that can exist. These are what are made of protons, neutrons, and electrons. So if we match that up to a diagram, it would just be the bottom diagram. So it's just a clear circle. Okay, that could be any color. It's not exactly what an atom looks like. It's just a representation. So an element is the next thing. So if we add atoms together and all the atoms are the same, it's actually what we call an element. And this is what we find in the periodic table. So this is what substances are made of. And an example of an element would be the top one. So we've got 3 atoms and they all look identical there. Okay, so more than one atom and if it's the same, we call it an element. And then if we look at a compound, so we get 2 or more different elements which are chemically joined together. Very, very difficult to separate compounds. Okay. And then if we look at a diagram, we've got 2 different circles there. So 2 different atoms joined together to make a compound. And then a mixture would just be molecules of elements or compounds that can be easily separated. They are not chemically bonded together. So if we look at that box there, we've got a compound, so the dark circle and the lighter circle, and we've got an element, 2 atoms the same. So that's a mixture of a compound and an element. So now we've got a clear understanding of what those keywords are. Let's have a look at how we identify a pure and an impure substance. And the best way to do it is to either heat it up or cool it down. So if we have a look at this graph here, what we're doing is we're heating up a substance. So it's in the solid form first of all. And then when it reaches the melting point, so the temperature at which that solid is going to melt and start to turn to a liquid, we'll notice that the point that it turns to a solid to a liquid all takes place at one temperature. So that whole solid there is melting at the same temperature. So everything it's made of is melting at the same temperature, which implies that that substance was a pure substance. So everything in that solid had the same melting point. So melting points can be used to determine whether a substance is pure or impure. So this was a pure one. Let's have a look at an impure graph. So you can see this one is the impure, where it's being heated up. So the straight line is where that solid is being heated up. And then the wavy line is the point at which the substances are individually melting. So it's not a nice flat straight line. Okay, so this one is an impure substance because it's made of different substances that are melting at different temperatures. So hopefully that adds a little bit more clarity to impure and pure substances and how we can tell the difference using heat. Thank you very much.